So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, and you are with Joel and Ash. And yeah, we've got a special show sponsored by the usual guys scrolling across the bottom: Falcon Contracting, Price Global Solutions, and boxbets.co.uk, the home of boxing betting. Bet responsibly. Yeah, we've got a message already. Excited for this show, says iBoxing Hub. It's to have a chat about what's next for Anthony Joshua. Now, some of the people that probably are watching this are thinking, he was just against a guy that was overrated from the Fury fight. You know, there's always going to be the haters, isn't there? There's people that are never going to give AJ credit. They're always going to look at him as this underwhelming fighter that's been given the right path to get to where he needs to be. But you can only beat the guys that are in front of you. Let's be perfectly honest. And Joshua, in my opinion, looked great at the weekend. Back to some of the old style boxing and punch style that we know. And I thought he was good, didn't you, Ash?
I thought Joshua was absolutely brilliant. The way he just took control, he dominated Wallin from the first bell. He was sharp. He was throwing punches with ferocity, with real power. He wanted to hurt Wallin, but he was very controlled and disciplined at the same time. He didn't run in loose like he did against Andrew Ruiz the first time when he got dropped and beaten. He was very disciplined still. Even though he was driving those punches home, he was controlled and disciplined. I was really impressed with him all. And let's not forget, the only people that are slating AJ's win over Wallin, saying that Wallin was not as good as the Wallin that boxed Fury, are the Fury fanboys. They're the only people slating that win. The only people. Wallin's a good fighter. He gave Fury a load of trouble, and he caused Joshua minimal.
Well, he came out of it looking exactly as he went in.
Yeah. Now that's not saying that. I'm not saying for 1 minute that Joshua beats Fury, but what I am saying is that the Joshua Fury fight is a lot closer than what people think.
Yeah.
And to slate Joshua's performance against Wallin is just ridiculous.
And let's be honest,
absolutely brilliant.
Wallin came off what people are describing his best win, which was against Gassiev. So Wallin was full of confidence. He thought he'd found the loophole in Joshua, the mentality side of things, all this sort of thing. He, people are saying, he speaks a good fight. But I think Wallin's just one of those tough guys. He won't turn a fight down. He'll go in against anyone. And he's proved that now. So, yeah, congratulations to Anthony Joshua, to be perfectly honest. I don't think you can slate him any other way. Wallin retired at the end of, round 5. So that puts Joshua as 30 fights, 27 wins, 24 knockouts, which looks a really great record. Potential fights next. Now, this is where we're kind of looking at it, aren't we, Ash? What's next for Anthony Joshua? Now, through the rumour mill, we'll go to Shelley shortly. But Shelley's Gossip Corner. But potential fights. Filip Hrgović, which will be the vacant IBF, due to a clause, I believe, in the Fury Usyk side of things. There's potentially a clause in there that will release the IBF. So let's be honest, Joshua's always he's made, it's not been quiet about it. He wants to be a 3-time world heavyweight champion, doesn't he?
That's the fight to go for.
You're going to go for it, aren't you? That, in our opinion. Obviously, there's other ones out there as well. Because now that, obviously, Parker beating Wilder, we'll look at that in a moment. But the next potential thing could be a Parker rematch, which would be an interesting, which looks even more tasty now, to be perfectly honest, after the way Parker was.
Well,
Um,
it's more tasty and more interesting than Joshua Wilder now.
yeah, exactly. Blown out the water. Another fight from a fighter that we saw on that card, which completely shocked all three of us on Saturday, which was Ajit Kabayel. Now, he dispatched Makhmudov like we didn't expect at all. Incredible performance by the EBU European champion. I thought he was brilliant. Picked his shots well. I know, Ash, you couldn't believe it. And he dispatched this guy, emphatic style, total breakdown, picking the shots really well, punches in bunches almost, worked the body that you picked up on. He worked the body so well, didn't he? That
Brilliant.
could be a cracking fight for Joshua, couldn't it?
And there's a little bit of fire in that fight as well, because there are rumours, whether they're true or not, that before the Andrew Ruiz fight, which Joshua lost in America, there are the rumours that Kabayel knocked out Joshua in sparring before that fight. Hence, he had concussion. He never looked right in that fight from walking out to the ring, let alone in the ring from the first bell. Joshua did not look right. He didn't look himself. So, there's no smoke without fire. So that would be a great fight. It would be a very interesting fight, because we do not know that Kabayel is world level. We haven't seen it in the boxing ring. But if knocking Joshua out in sparring, if that really happened, then imagine the sense of confidence that you would have going into the ring with Joshua. Especially, that would be really, really interesting, and I'd be intrigued to watch it.
He broke down a major prospect at the weekend.
Massive.
Like we all looked at that fight, and we never saw a banana skin. Let's be perfectly honest. We never saw a banana skin in that fight. Whether we were just totally overlooking him, I don't know. But for me, Makhmudov was one of these guys. He comes out, he destroys you within two. That's game over. That's what he does. He couldn't do it. He looked gassed after the first 1.5 rounds. And then Kabayel took control. Bang. It worked in the body. He hated those body shots, Makhmudov.
Yeah.
Cracking. For me, that would be a fight I'd really like to see. But obviously, if Hrgovic is there with the IBF, it's a no-brainer. But Kabayel, if you're going to have another fight before that, that would be a cracking fight. Chris, in his comments, he's put, best I've seen AJ for a while, but tougher tests to come. I still have questions whether he can cope with those who will land on him. Chris has put a shout out here, which was the next guy on my list. I want AJ versus Zhang. Whoo! Now that's a tasty.
Joshua does very, very well against southpaws. Very well. So I could see Joshua beating Zhang. He's faster. He's younger and fresher.
Yeah.
He punches just as hard.
Zhang hits hard though, doesn't he? Look what he did to Joyce.
They both do. But if you got somebody, if you both punch, if you both have knockout power, but one of you's quicker and sharper, who's going to land first?
Well, yeah,
Joshua.
This is
so
it.
I think Joshua would beat Zhang. I'm not like that. Zhang fight will be a good fight, but I don't think it's really a fight that I would want to see. I think it's a fight that would sell for the public. Personally, I would.
Imagine in China.
Oh yeah, that'd be massive.
The money,
huge. But would Joshua want to risk becoming a 3-time world champion by fighting Zhang first?
Chris has already beat us to it here. If I'm advising AJ, I'm taking vacant IBF title route. 100%. 100%. And that's what Joshua wants. He's made no bones about it. That's what he wants. The next question, though, does AJ beat Wilder now? In my opinion, yes. Yes, 100%.
Wilder's shot. He's shot. Wilder's absolutely. I mean, no, but we'll do the Wilder prediction in a minute. But he just looked dreadful in that fight. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know what he was doing, dancing around the ring from the first bell. What? Like, he's never done that before. He gets in there, he starts dancing around the ring. He's a power puncher. Where aren't you going out there and trying to take this guy's head off? Why are you dancing around? Like, I mean,
Well, when you look at his record, 47 fights, 43 wins, and I will get to him anyway, 42 knockouts. Do what you do.
yeah.
Do what you do. Don't try and come out and box when you can't. And I'm not being horrible. You are known for banging. Just do it. Just do what it says on the tin. Do you know
Go
what
in
I
and
mean?
bang.
Speaking of another guy that can do heavy punches that's also been linked is Ngannou. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a major curveball to be chucked in. There's nothing really that Joshua needs to, I say, take the risk against Francis Ngannou. Don't get me wrong. Do I think he could beat Ngannou? Yes, I do. But why take the risk when you don't need to? And there's a belt pretty much sat there with your name, not your name on it, but a big opportunity for you to have. So for us, the way that we're looking at it, Ash, I suppose we're going to turn around and say, if the IBF route comes out, like Chris was saying, take it. Filip Hrgović, AJ, I can see AJ winning that. And it would be a cracking, and just as I say it, Hrgović, only Hrgović. The timing is perfect on this channel, I'll tell you.
Hrgović is a very, very boring boxer to watch. But I think AJ forces the fight and makes it entertaining. Yeah. And I think that it would be a very entertaining fight because Hrgović will be forced to box with AJ at AJ's pace. And I think AJ wins.
But we could also see how good Hrgović really is when he's under pressure. Because has he been put under that level of pressure recently?
No.
Other than, didn't he fight Zhang? He fought
Zhang. Zhang absolutely smashed him. And they give Hrgović the win.
Yeah. So for me, AJ Hrgović looks like it's going to be the next thing. What was Shelley saying? Your wonderful Shelley?
So this is for Joshua. So she she thinks he should fight Fury, which Fury is all set to fight Usyk. Now, I mean, I spent a few weeks out in Ukraine with a lot of the Ukraine boxing team management. They know Usyk's team very well. And when I was out there, I asked them about the Fury fight, and they all categorically just turned around and said, "No, Fury doesn't want it." So they don't like the Ukrainians that I know don't even think it's going to happen. They think Fury will pull out. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just skeptical from how much trash Fury does talk, but that was their point of view. I said to them, what do you think about Fury? Usyk, do you think it'll happen? No, Fury don't want it. No, don't even bother talking to me about it. Was their attitude? Don't even talk to us. Like, what kind of stupid question is that? So, but
time will tell. Time will tell.
I think her line of trail of thought is fight Hrgović for the IBF, win the IBF. If Fury beats Usyk, have that undisputed with Fury. Massive blockbuster. If not, just fight Fury anyway, because it's a huge fight for Britain.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%. Someone's just put, sorry, just fell asleep once. Fury got mentioned. He's king of contradictions. And Hrgović has got an iron chin. AJ is, well, you know. Well, we shall see. It could be a cracking fight. It could wake him up.
To be fair to Joshua, against Ruiz, it was more he gave up with in his mind. He wasn't knocked out. He was put down, which you get caught in the temple against a guy who's 18, 19, 20 stone. it's very easy to get put down, with a shot. So it was more he gave up. He quit. With
This guy, one fight with Wallin is nothing for AJ. Hrgovic would smash him like Crow Cop in his prime. Well, we shall see. As I say, let us know in the comments, people. What's next for Anthony Joshua? Hit the subscribe button as well. Check out the rest of the content, but let us know who you think he should fight next. To be fair, Joshua, for me, good. He stayed active this year, and that's the positive thing. He had Franklin in April, which was win on unanimous decision. Then he was in August against Helenius, which was a knockout in round 7, which was a highlight knockout, by the way, cracking. And then to end the year with Wallin. So I think positive year for Joshua.
Brilliant.
He's built up. I think he's done well with the confidence. He's back there. Ben Davison is working really well. He like he said the other day, feels like a light bulb moment. Let's see where this goes. I think good combination there. So, yeah, hit the subscribe button, give us a comment, and let's see what happens. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Ash, we shall move on to the next, mate. Until then, have some of this.